Okay, I just want to be real clear. This madness is got to stop. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I also want to be very clear that if you support the police, do not support Black Lives Matter. You can't support both. Black Lives Matter is inherently an anti-police organization, and they're pushing anti-police narratives. Now, I know everyone in Black Lives Matter, there may be people in there that respect the police. That's fine. But the problem is that as a movement, it's an anti-police movement, and it's insane. It's madness. And here's why. Did you know that an innocent Black person is 250 to 500 times more likely to be killed by a Black criminal than by a cop? And guess who the people are who are on the front lines every day trying to stop those criminals from killing Black people? That's right. It's the police. All these Black Lives Matter people, as soon as they need something, who are they going to call? And guess who's going to actually show up? It's not going to be a bunch of Black Lives Matter activists. It's going to be the police. Did you know that there are twice as many white people, unarmed white people, killed by cops than unarmed Black people? Despite the fact that Black suspects are 3 times more likely to kill a cop, and they account for half of the murders and robberies in this country. People say, oh, well, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, of course, but, the Black house is on fire. No, it isn't. There's no evidence of massive police brutality against Blacks disproportionate to other groups. When you account for the fact that these groups, that the Black community has a much higher problem with violent crime. For instance, who are the victims of violent crime, police brutality every time? It's men. Men. Every single time. 96% of people killed by cops are men. Are we out screaming sexism? No, of course not. Because we know that men commit more crimes. The Black community has a problem with violent crime. They have broken homes, broken families, high poverty rates. You're not going to have the same outcome in a population that has those kind of problems when it comes to crime. And yes, that'll mean you'll have more bad interactions sometimes. But all the same, there's not some massive conspiracy against Black people. You can look at the cops themselves. Black cops are just as likely to arrest or engage a Black suspect as a white cop. How can you say this is due to racism? It's not. Stop with the Black Lives Matter fist up bullcrap. That institution, that organization is anti-police, and they get police killed. Most people are going on and they're saying Black Lives Matter. You know why they're doing it? Because they're virtue signaling. They get pats on the back from all their woke friends. You want to seem like the real cool guy. I want to empathize with the Black people. It's not empathetic to allow them to continue in lies. I agree. They are scared and sad and have all these things. Why? Because they've been lied to. They've been told the police are out to get them. 250 to 500 times more likely to be killed by a criminal, and they're afraid of the cop who's there to help? Because they saw some YouTube videos? Obviously, there's bad cop interactions with people. Obviously. And obviously, if there's more cops in Black neighborhoods trying to stop murderers and robbers, you're going to get some bad interactions with the police. But here's the reality. When you crack down on the police, when you tie their hands, when you demoralize them, when you tell them they're scum, when you tell them you don't want them in your neighborhood, guess what? They're not going to be in your neighborhood. And they're going to back off. And you know who's going to get hurt by that? Black people. If Black lives really matter, then you're going to support the people that are on the front lines trying to stop. You posting your Black Lives Matter fist pump doesn't do anything. Go talk to the police officer who's walking the streets where there's gang violence and problems. Here's the deal. If you support the police, you're going to save Black lives. So here's what I say. Support the police because Black Lives Matter. I'm going to say that again. Support the police because Black Lives Matter. They are the ones who are on the front lines. They are the ones who protect blacks more than any other group, more than any of you activists, more than any of you virtue signalers on Twitter, on Facebook. Oh, I empathize with you people. Well, you know what's the most empathetic thing you can do is tell someone that they've been lied to and that they need to stop being afraid of the people that are there to help. Yeah, police brutality happens. It's bad. What happened to George Floyd was wrong. Shouldn't have happened. But when you start spinning this into something bigger, it's political. You don't think that there's entire groups in this country, entire political parties dedicated to keeping people as victims so that they can say, I'm from the government and I'm here to help? They don't care about the facts. They care about getting reelected. And if they can push a narrative that you're threatened by the system and we're here to change it, and vote for me, that's what this is all about. And it's bull crap. So I'm going to say it again one more time. Support the police. Support the police because Black Lives Matter.